And we're gonna stick with SuperStretch, and now we're going in for the boot cut. Now, the boot cut jean cut style is the most popular cut of jean in the country. It's always been, and even though we love our skinnies and we love our high waist and our wide leg and the whole 9 yards, I don't think anything will ever overtake boot cut. And it's because the boot cut shape is just a really great balancing shape. It looks good on everybody, no matter if you have curves in your hips or not, curves in your behind or not, it just looks good on everybody. So let me show you the color choices and then you can decide. So here we have the chambray. And chambray is gonna be your lightest blue color. Here we have, this is indigo. We also have mid-tone. There's the front, there's the back, and you can see there is a design detail, and we'll show you those in more detail after you see all the colors. We've got it in black, and that has the tonal design in the back. We've got white. Let me just tuck that tag in. There's the white. These are yellow. And this is a really pretty soft yellow. And then we've got this one, and it's called Iced Cappuccino. And that's gonna be more of like your khaki, tan, sand kind of color. So you're deciding there. You've got petite, average, and tall, like Diane always does, and she's really one of the only designers, jean designers, that consistently does petite, average, and tall. And she does it in a way that really does include everybody. And you've got size 2 to 24 women's. So you've got your boot cut jean. You've got, first off, a comfortable jean, because these are super stretch. And remember what I said. Super stretch means you've got an extra 6 inches of stretch in the waistband and an extra 10 inches of stretch in the hips. And it's because of that super stretch fabric that gives you immense stretch, but it recovers, meaning it's not gonna get baggy and saggy. So there's that waistband stretch, 6 inches. Here's the hip stretch, and that hip does include the behind area, 10 inches of stretch there. Try that with other jeans. It doesn't happen. That's why we're always wiggling into our jeans. That's why we think, you know what, I don't feel like putting these on today. It's just too much to get into them. Or when you finally get into the jeans, it's just a kind of a pain. So with these, with SuperStretch, there's a reason why women love them, and it is because of that comfort, that stretch. And it's not just about putting more spandex into the jean, because more spandex can also mean that they get saggy. It's about having the right weave pattern, and that's what these do. I want to show you the detail on the pockets, because these do have, now Diane does have other boot cut jeans, other super stretch, that's just a plain pocket. But if you like a little bit of something, it's not too much, it's not over the top, you've got that here. And it's gonna be, some of the crystals are tonal, some of them are, you know, just give you a little bit more of a contrast look. And I'll show you that as well. So these are the chambray, and those are a little bit more tonal. This is the indigo. And indigo is gonna be that same stitch color and the same kind of crystal color as the stitching on the jean. So that's gonna give you a little bit more of a contrast design there. I'll show them to you in the mid-tone. Same thing, same kind of, almost like a cognac color of the crystal design. Very pretty. Black is gonna be tonal. So if you want a really great pair of black jeans, a little bit of something, not over the top, you can kind of see it there, but when you see them at home, you'll be able to get a really good feel for that. Here they are in white, and white is gonna have like more of like your white diamond kind of white crystal look. We also have it for you in yellow with the yellow crystal, and here is the iced cappuccino look. Now we will have a full presentation of these coming up at 6 a.m. But who wants to wait till 6?